that, honey. Josh. Hey, Miss Stacy. Has Carla reached out to you? Carla should have reached out to you. Hi, everyone. Come on in, say hello. Come on in, say hello. Come on in to me. Happy Tuesday. Hi, everyone. I have a headache. See if I'm squinting a little bit. Let me get my glasses on because that really helps. Thank you, Mr. Deji. Okay. Don't be deceived by the by the face. I love my good, Okay. Yeah. No, I'm telling you. The eyes. No, we need help with the eyes. Hi, and thank you, Mr. Deji. How are you? Come on in, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Been dealing with stuffy nose. But it's that's what's going on. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. This is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olale, Sisi lawyer, the one and only. Welcome, Meiji. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Got an immigration case. If it's a case stopped out, hello, Miss Abena. How are you? Good evening. How you doing this evening? Doing good? It's an immigration case that we handle. We can and do represent immigration clients in all 50 states. Welcome on board. Thank you, Mr. Jola. How are you? Hey, TikTok family. What's going on? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Thank you all for always tuning in. I really do appreciate that. I do not take that for granted. I'm reading, making sure because I changed some stuff without having my glasses on. So just reading it now that I have my extra eyes. Just making sure. Real Diva Deluxe, good evening. How are you? Perfect, Ms. Abena. Good to hear that. Hello. Yeah, you know what I was speaking. Illinois Sanctuary. You already know what I was going to say. Welcome in, lady. How are you? How's my girl doing? How was your weekend? Because y'all, this is out the first time we usually meet after a weekend. Hello, Miss Giwa. How are you? I have a headache, so bear with me, people. I'm probably going to not be so long tonight because I really do need to. I think it's because I haven't really eaten anything all day. Happy Tuesday to you as well. Shemo, even today, we use lots of use more 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 in the morning. I've been going nonstop because I have. Geez, how many cases we get out today? I know we've got 6 cases out, so it's. Can't wait for teachers to resume their jobs. I feel you, y'all. Because first, if you've ever heard me, y'all know I don't care to cook, right? I really don't care to cook. That's just I only cook because I don't want CPS to come take my kids. Well, my oldest is an adult. TJ local. Like, and that kid can talk. Like, she didn't make anything for us. I'm hungry. I've been hungry for days. He can talk. So just to avoid that. Thank you. Just to avoid that, I have to cook for the kid. Because my oldest kid, he wouldn't. CJ's the one. So Miss Illinois Sanctuary, to your point of you can't wait for school to be back. I cannot, because I feel like I'm constantly, whenever they're with me, because I share custody with dad 50-50 during the summer, I'm constantly cooking something. And imagine without, thank you. TJ will eat, like, I literally just made, like, when I cook, I make a batch because I don't have the time to cook daily. I just don't. So I make a batch of rice, spaghetti, and all that, the scrambled eggs, what you name it. Y'all, when I tell you, it's not even SG, it's not my oldest. When I tell you that in 48 hours, come back and check my fridge. TJ's can get with them. It's like, like, dude, I'm not going to just live up there because like, what the heck is going on? Like on today's Tuesday, right? Sunday, when she's here, 8 bowls of spaghetti. We only have 1 bowl left. And my oldest kid only ate 1 bowl. And I don't eat spaghetti. I just don't. I don't care for it. So yeah, school needs to start so that some of us don't go bankrupt. But anyway, nice to see everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. So let's talk immigration. This we're trying. It's probably going to be really short because, let me see. Let's do updates. Let me just put it in updates and questions. So I'm just going to do questions for the most part, but just a couple of updates. And one, if you need to contact, thank you, Miss Illinois. TJ is a boy. He can come stay with me. Oh, you wish you? Let's let. Well, before I said let's trade, let's trade. See, if my little girl is anything like me, no, I'm good. Cause yeah, I'm good. I feel like she's gonna come to my house and just become a mini me. That's not gonna work. I know. Oh, there shouldn't be two of me in a house. I know that I would have Bemidji in one house. Me, no, no. Even Jesus knows that. So let's leave it alone. That's what I'm saying. Well, anyway, if you need to contact, I'll offer. Number is 334-341-4475. Same number you can text. Same number WhatsApp. Website is Olalay Law Firm. I'm tired. As you can tell, it's been nonstop since I got up. I haven't really eaten anything today besides eating teeny weeny bowl of salad. And my oldest is always, I mean, like, you gotta eat. But see, that is the thing. I don't work out. So I guess that's why I don't act weight, because I eat a lot. But it's been a long day. So bear with me. 334-341-4475, same number on WhatsApp. You can text that number. That's our office number. Website is olalaylawfirm.com. Info@olalaylawfirm.com is hello, Miss Kristen. What are you doing on TikTok today? Usually here. Info@olalaylawfirm.com. Okay, so a couple of updates, y'all. I wanted to say that this the last time. Anyway, here we are. So we've been getting, or I've been getting quite a number of. I have a girl or one of my staff members who does social media messages for us, Lydia. And one of the things that's been coming in is, what is the My Progress thing, and also about biometrics, rescheduling biometrics. So real quick, the rescheduling update as far as, so let me put that up. Let's do updates and questions tonight. Rescheduling biometrics is just basically USCI is now opening, and about time they did that, opening up the option for applicants and or attorneys. If you, I ain't gonna be doing it, and just me. We don't have the time. So most if you're my client, you're probably gonna do it yourself. But that's the option. Either the applicant and or the attorney or accredited representative can go online rather than you have to call USCIS. First of all, that's if you get somebody on the phone and somebody's going to call you back, or you have to make an info pass. All that is going to stop. So rather than all that drama and production that we don't necessarily need, then you can go online. That's going to be the option to reschedule if you have to reschedule a biometrics appointment, either yourself or your attorney on your case. So that's update number one. Update number two is this My Progress, what it is. What is it? Basically, it's been around for I-90 and 400. So it practically is, if you must have a USCIS account. So if you don't have a USCIS account, you've got to create one. You cannot use it. It's not a feature that's going to be accessible to you if you don't have a USCIS account. Once you create a USCIS account, if you're filing N400, I-90, let me see one, but there's another one. N400, I-90, I-130. Now USCIS has added I-765 and I-131 to the My Progress option. What that basically, in a nutshell, is you will be able to see the progress of your case, of your application, from the time USCIS receives an application and or petition up until when it is approved. So it will give you like an estimated time frame that is left for them to adjudicate and work in your case. When you do biometrics, or whether it's going to be waived, all of that basically is like a tracking. It's like almost like a personalized tracking information for if you file any of those applications and or petition. So that's that in a nutshell. So that's it. So basically, those two updates I want you to know that takes care of all those answer questions you've been getting. What is this my progress? Someone says it doesn't mean we can apply for green card. No. Sharita Batanika, everybody might apply for green card. And this is because first of all, I'll probably be shouting from morning to night. Like, y'all don't even know how excited I get about immigration. Like, well, if you're my client, you know. But if you're my client, you already know that you're not, we're riding together. Now, okay, let me not say what I was gonna say. But I truly, oh my, okay, hold on, people. Let me put my charge my computer. Come on, lose skinny on. Okay, there we go. All right. So, yeah, like y'all would know. Like I don't care where I am. I'll be singing like, "Hey, I love my green card." You know, you get a green card, kind of thing. So, I'm hungry, so I'm really hyper. We're in seeing TJ tonight. TJ, I don't know if he's dressed. Let's see. But anyway, so those are the updates I wanted you guys to have. T. Oh, here he comes. Hold on, baby. Just hold on. In this room. Let's see what he's wearing. No. I'm good. Back.
What you mean?
But boy, if you take one more step and see what's gonna happen. Try it. Back. Put on some darn pants. Walking out of your boxer. Who wants to look at your perks? That's TJ. So Niger mother came out real quick. Don't do nonsense. Who wants that? What you mean? Shirley, this is America raising as African parents. Can anyone relate? African parents raising kids in America? Shirley, couldn't be asking what do I mean? How many of us could you ever ask your parents? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I digress. Let's go back to what we're talking about. Let's take let's tackle questions. Okay. Good evening, Miss Arlene. How are you? Hello, Mr. Mohammed. Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Okay, so let's do updates and questions. I wrote 15 pages of my story for VAR. How much would you recommend to reduce to, and what should I prioritize when deleting parts of my story? That's a very specific question that cannot give you any pointers to how many pages because that is very subjective. Disclaimer: this is general information, nothing specific to your case. Anything specific to your case requires a paid consultation. If you need to know how to do that, if you go on our website, there's a banner on all our pages on the website. Very, very straightforward to schedule your consultation. 30 minutes, 130, 45 minutes, 200, 1 hour, 230. So that is something you need to, if you're trying to figure out what is important to put in your story, then I've had stories up to 20 something pages. Yes, depending on how much abuse my client has suffered. There's some stories I don't touch. There's some that is just rambling, and I'm like, no, nobody's going to sit down and read this. There's some it tells a complete story of how you changed your life and operated your life to change because of somebody and how those hopes were dashed. So it just depends. Very, very subjective. You've got to get a lawyer in your case so you know exactly what you're doing. Hey, Miss Martha, how are you? Good evening. I hope to retain your service once I get my prima facie in removal. Let me put this out. That's just removal for being out of status, and I'm looking for lawyers to get me out of immigration court. We'll be glad to help you, Kenzo. 334-341-4475. Reach out and let us know. Miss Gibson, no, he's not showing his face. No. Let's see. My kids always tell me that if they can survive being my kids, they can survive anything in the world. I actually take that as a compliment. See, God has got a great sense of humor. I already say it. And I thank God SJ came as my first child. You know how God gives you that firstborn, that's your experiment, and that kid really cooperates with you, and it's like you're like, oh, we can have 2 more and 3 more and 4 more, like it's no big deal. And then comes TJ, and you're like, no, let's go shop. What is it? Hey, stitch me up. Who's getting the vasectomy? Let's go. Wrap it up. No errors. Yeah. So your nephew is let him just be. I have a VAWA case. The USCIS website, my case was updated to request for additional evidence. USCIS refused to send a request for additional evidence. What is going on with the case? I would say, Billy, make sure you get on top of that. I'm seeing them deny cases based on allegation that they sent a request for evidence. The petitioner did not respond, and it is like, pulling tooth, trying to get them to reopen your case. Listen, USCIS is a headache on its own. But then again, there's some days where it's great because, especially if you're filing asylum related work permits, for new cases, everything we're filing there was an asylum work permit case we filed it on June 30, and it was approved June 30. And I'm thinking, if y'all can do that, right, that means y'all can also approve EADs have been pending for a year, 8 months. Y'all can do that. But hey, listen, it is what it is. Yes, Miss Gibbs, I know you love your TJ anyway, but hey, Mr. Ernest, how are you? Yeah, the Nigerian mother came in. I don't play games with my kids. No. Y'all have to understand, my kids are way bigger than I am. Look, my kids are way bigger than me. You've seen the pictures. They're bigger than me. But I dare them. Listen, I don't need to, we can't spank it. They're even way past spanking. But I get you where it hurts. Shh, please. Where there's a will, there's a way. Can you remarry after I-485 got approved based on vow while you're aren't officially divorced from, but worried about new married spouse to immigrate from India? Can you remarry after I-485 got approved based on vow while you aren't officially divorced? If you can't remarry if you're not divorced, why? Right? But worried about new married spouse to immigrate from India. Okay, MK, let me rephrase your question and tell me if that is what you're asking. You're asking that now so you're saying you've gotten your green card based on your vow, and just for all that it's worth, if you can remarry after your vow petition is approved. The remarrying part of it, or being prohibited from remarrying, applies only to the vow petition. If you're my client, for the most part, I would rather you do not. That's what the law is, especially if this. Listen, vow is a long process. If you've waited 3-4 years for the vow petition to be approved, please let's wait until we get the green card in hand. But that's what the law says. What I usually suggest is just let it be until the probably know like okay, women, it's not really good anymore. But you get the point. So, are you saying, MK, that you now have your green card, and can you now remarry after you've gotten your green card, but you're not officially divorced from the abuser, but then you're worried about filing for a new wife that you want to bring from India? Is that what you're asking? That's what makes sense to me. Let me know if that's what you're asking. I'll go to TikTok while I wait for you. Okay. Do you believe in their new tab on the status online saying my program? It's saying it on my I-130. When I check my case status online, it says my progress case is reviewed by USCIS case will complete in 2 months. So they've already given their own caveat saying that it's only an estimated time. So see, I'm on USCIS or I'm sleek. they've already said, this is what we're saying. This is a timeline, like a personalized tracking timeline for you. However, even if it does not tally with what we're saying, this is just an average based on the kind of cases we're working, this particular kind of case we're working on, and the time frame it takes us to work on this case. That's what they've told you. We can mark by the word they've already told you. So 2 months, yeah. Hopefully, that. But for the most part, I think what my clients are seeing is it's give or take plus or minus 30 days. But as far as whether or not they would keep, especially because they're adding more applications to it, I don't know. It's USCI, so it's just it's left to be seen. Okay. All right. Let's see. I put I-485 on hold and filed for VI. It's been almost 30 days and I haven't gotten receipts. What to do? Cases that we filed last week in May, we just literally got the receipt notices today. And so it's possible for you not to get your receipt notice. It can take up to 90 days. That's just the reality of what we're seeing. So some can be lucky. It could be 30 days, depending on the officer that work gets you or whoever is in the mailroom. I really don't think that's just me. I don't think that it's being more efficient for them to transfer or to relocate the filing location for VA to Nebraska, because I'm not really sure what the reason is. You're filing somewhere else. The goal was to reduce the backlog and how long it's taking receipt notices to be issued. But then you're going to transfer back to the Vermont Service Center. However, I haven't really seen a change in my cases. 1 or 2 cases here and there, call them unicorn cases, you get a receipt notice in 30 days, but for the most part, it's taking upwards of 30 days. So it's not unusual that you don't get a receipt notice within a 30-day period. It's not. It's USCI, so there's nothing unusual about that. Okay. USCI has received my VA with adjustment of status 5 weeks ago. My check still is not cashing. Same answer. It's not. Listen, I don't even worry about that. I'm telling you, I think some cases that I actually literally sent May, because we try to, we run a business. I got to make sure my account balances and all that. They were just cashed today. So I don't even worry. Once I say this has been cashed, like, okay, all right, finally. Still okay. But once it's 30, 40 days, then as long as I have enough, if it's someone who has an alien number, I use that to send an email. If it's a brand new case, I use a full name, address, date of birth, basic information to reach out to them via email and say, hey, listen, y'all haven't sent us our receipt notices for this case. It's been, 40 days. What's going on? And usually once I start doing that, I would say give or take, I'll get a receipt notice within 30 days. Because sometimes maybe they just forget. You never know. It's USCIs, like I always say. I call them another name, but I can't say that on there. So, can an F1 student who has applied for adjustment of status use the EAD extension on OPT to work? Can an F1 student who has applied for adjustment of status use the EAD extension? Are you saying can you use your EAD from your adjustment of status and use it? Basically, if you have an extension, I'm confused. If you have an extension, so the extension, so let's put it this way. A 765 receipt notice that usually would double as your extension is very specific to the categories that applies to. If it doesn't apply to your category, then, the very short answer to that is no, you cannot. So, but I can't speak to your specific case, but that's the general rule. Okay, so let's see. I want to make sure there was nothing else I was going to. Okay, let's go back there. All right, there we go. Um, yeah, let's teach him alone before he gets himself in trouble. Okay. Good to know you speak Yoruba. What Yoruba? Yeah. At least I don't want to believe that I do. I speak Yoruba. I think now y'all don't come for me because y'all Yoruba teachers and Yoruba police people. Just leave it alone. You say tomato, I say tomato. As long as we understand each other, that's all that matters. So, definitely. So, however it sounds, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Can I easily get a driver's license? It's very, very case state specific. I know there's some states where I think California. Don't quote me on that, but I think California is one of those states where receipt notices actually help you get a driver's license. So that's in Alabama. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So that is. Let's see. Creasy, yes. Listen, thank you, Miss Creasy, for encouraging other people. You've got to stay positive. It's gonna happen. You know, like I remember, like my mom's one of my mom's favorite lines, like and she do on class usually about education. If oh Lord have mercy, if you came home back then, and I do it to my kids too. They'll say the teacher came home and he had listen. So he had 96. He had a grammar test, and he came home like, "Hey, what was your grade?" I got a 96. So I'm like 96. What happened to the 4 points? And he goes, "I don't know. I missed a question. You missed a whole question. Was there anyone in your class?" That's when you know you're so African. That had 100. Well, maybe one person. Does he have two heads? Should 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒔𝒕. He's like, what? Does he have two heads? Let me speak what you understand. No, why would he have two heads? That's the question exactly. If he doesn't have two heads, if he could get 100, what will happen to you? Well, I was confused. What was confusing you? You don't have a job. You don't pay bills. All you got to do is get up and go to school. What was the confusion? And he looked at me. This kid. Oh Lord. This kid looked at me and said, "Well, Mom, I just want to ask you. You know, just thinking. So when you were in school, did you ever because I was telling you, hey, you're gonna maintain at least a 95 and above. Did you ever maintain a 95 and above when you were in school?" And when the kid comes at you and you're not even expecting it, like you, and I'm hardly short of words. I didn't even know what to respond. Like, and Esther was sitting by the table. He looked like, oh my God, no, he didn't. Because like, oh shoot, no, he didn't. Like, and this kid, Tia was just smiling and looking at me like, "What is it? I'm just asking." Ha. Anyway, but anyway, like my mom was saying, you're Meiji. Everyone, people who have had the green cards been approved, we rejoice with them. And so your time is gonna come, Miguel. Just hang in there. MK, okay, if that's what you're asking, nothing stops you from remarrying once your 45 is approved. Actually, nothing stops you from remarrying once your vow was approved. I just don't. That's just me. I just feel uncomfortable. If you're my client saying, hey, let's just wait it out, especially if it's a very, very tedious case where we've had a whole lot going back and forth with the vow petition itself. It's a hurry. In your case, you're not legally divorced from your abuser. Obviously, that's where you want to start. Whether or not you should now file for your spouse from India, that's very, very personal, very subjective. That's between you and your spouse. But the immigration part of it is once you already have your 45, there's nothing that says you can go ahead and get divorced. However, if what you're asking specifically is now, can you, once you remarry, can you start the process of filing for your wife from India? And the answer is Generally, no, because the Immigration and Nationality Act is very clear. If you get your green card through marriage, you cannot petition for somebody else through marriage for their green card within the first 5 years when you get a green card. That is the general rule. But just like you guys know, to every rule, there's always an exception. The exception is, as long as you're able to prove that the marriage through which you got the green card was a good faith marriage. That also applies to you, even if you got your green card through VAL, you're not exempt from that. So that means basically, MK, you're going to be proving once again that you had a good fit marriage to get your VAL green card. And then in addition to that, prove that your marriage to your new wife is in good faith. That's so if you didn't ask that, but if that's what you're alluding to, then that I hope that plays that up for you. Okay. Why would they request a second biometric in July after one was done in January? I don't know. Okay. Why would a notice of action not have alien number? Do you have an alien number? If you don't have one yet, what was filed? Because sometimes if I've seen it happen, for instance, if someone files an I-130 on your behalf, they may not give you an alien number because that's the person's petition. So once you now file an application based on that I-130, then you get an alien number. So it just depends on what it is that you filed. I shipped out my medical exam RFE last Tuesday, and they haven't updated online. Is it normal? Once again, there's nothing abnormal about USCIS. It's USCIS. You just never know. So, but once again, people, patience. Oh, Lord, patience. We've got to be patient. You've got to be patient. There's nothing we can do. And, someone told me, well, I thought attorneys had the power to do something. And no, we ain't got power to do nothing. I was going to say a cuss word, but one thing we can do is to email, especially via case, or make inquiries if it's a general case. But we've got to be patient. We've got to be patient. There's no one who controls the processing times. You're preaching to the choir. I'm an instant gratification person, but in doing this work, I've learned that I've got to have through till Jesus comes back. You've got to be really patient. That's the only way you can be sane throughout this whole process. So RFE that you sent in, it's just a week. Give it time. Is it safe to travel to Florida? Have you seen my video? I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Go watch my video. But listen, if you really don't have to go to Florida, then don't go to Florida. That's all I'm saying. But if you do have to go to Florida, make sure you're passing through Florida. Just make sure you've got proof of your pending case, proof that you are authorized to be in the country, something. No one should necessarily be able to just stop you, but I can't put anything past anything because if the whole state, the whole governor is going to subject the state and affect the state's economy, there's nothing that you're going to put past that kind of governor. So that's all I can say. Okay, let's see. Are you located in New York? I am not. I am licensed in New York. I'm licensed in New York and Alabama, but I'm located in Alabama for now. Okay. Oh, you're giving YouTube a break tonight, Miss Christy. Okay, here, listen. Thank you, Mr. Yusuf. How are you? Oh, by the way, my sweet Miss Christine got her. Oh my goodness, green card approved. She about passed out. I love to personally call. Even if we get it when we get a denial, I make a personal call. So it's not just about approval, because I just feel that there's only so much you can convey in an email. I just feel it's more personal and personable. Whether it's a denial or an approval, but just to always hear the scream either way, to not the other do not scream, but for the most part, that's what keep hearing news of joy. But she's been here. How many years, Miss Kristen? Like 20, if I'm not mistaken. 26 years? Something? Y'all don't even know. When I smile, that's why I say when people say I just sent something in a week, and I'm thinking, do you know somebody else has been waiting over 2 decades to get a green card? You don't know what other people say. When you hear other people's stories, then you understand that y'all's is nothing. It's like, oh, okay, child's play. Um, but let's just exercise patience. Everyone's time is gonna come. That's the one thing I know for sure. Because God is an on-time God. God is an on-time God. That's the one thing. He is an on-time God. It doesn't matter how long it takes to looks to us that it takes, but he's an on-time God. All right, let's see. Instagram. Hello, Josie. How are you? T underscore OC. So Josie. Right. So hello. And Miss Christine says she's gonna give me. I should give her. So Miss Christine, if you're watching, you said I should give you the name of the Nigerian restaurant that I lick finger. If you're listening, remind me, because yeah, y'all think I'm playing. My birthday's coming up, y'all. It's gonna be August 21st. I'll be 45 on August 21st. Y'all need to contact me, lick finger, and order in advance because she's busy. And my name was off for you. I'm just saying. There's no shame in my game. Oh my T, you don't know I'm doing wet, but all right, let's see. Alrighty. I need to drink some water. Yeah, once again, I represent. So if someone asks me, am I located in New York? I'm not, but it doesn't matter. TJ, T. Don't show your face. Can you please get me a bottle of water? I appreciate that. No, back. Bottle of water. Thank you. If you want to put on some pants, then you can come in front, but you not on what, not with your boxes. 𝒑𝒂𝒔𝒔𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 or something, please. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. Please don't forget to share it to your friends and family. You never know who might need this information, which is true. And just like I was saying, it doesn't matter what state you live in. We represent immigration clients in all 50 states. Immigration is federal practice, so that means that I can represent you regardless of where you live. As long as an attorney is licensed in at least one state. In my case, I'm licensed in 2 states. I am not doing any bar exam ever again in my entire life. Thank you, Lord. But we're not, because I don't want to. That's why my hair is gray. So, yeah. Hello, Mr. Meffel. I'm going to get to you later this evening. It was a long day. It was a long day. I mean, I don't think I've had a day like this in a long, long time. Yes, Journal's Life every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sometimes I'm off. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, 9 p.m. Let's get updates and answer questions on USA immigration. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss in the Sanctuary. So, yep, we'll bring on your questions 9 p.m. Well, 9 p.m. US time, but African time is about 9:15-ish. Something like that. But 9 p.m. Shan Rugwe. Hello, Epic Movement. How are you? Okay. I sound like I'm telling you, we're all the same. Caribbean, African, well, at the end of the day, we're all from the same place. They carried us from the same place. So let's just leave it alone. But yeah, African one sprung in Tuesday is about to lose. It's about to lose. They know. Like, take one more step. See what's gonna happen. Just one more. I'm playing. Ask your parents and family. I'm telling you, they'll call the whole village. Get also king is here. Get you think, what did I do? Like, kilo. Yeah. But it's American kids. Exactly twice I say. No, TJ is my kid is gonna ask you. You know this American thing where they say, what is it, gentle parenting? You should reason with kids. On top waiting. In reason because because you're paying my mortgage, you're paying my water bill. Like, what are we actually reasoning about? What? Help me out. But anyway, okay. Let's see. General information only. Yes. Okay, let's see. I gotta get up, people. When USCIS asks about submitting proof of the history of the relationship for a spousal visa, what's the best, most appropriate documentation to include? Sit down and consult with a lawyer about that. No, please cover for me tonight. She got you. Yeah, Mr. Bailey. That's okay. We understand. Let's see. I love my girls. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. You have no idea. Why is USCIS slow in approving I-751? I wish I could answer that question. But the funny thing is, what I'm seeing in my firm is it depends on where you live. Everyone that I have represent who lives in states like Missouri, with my firm, Missouri, Kentucky. There's another one. 3 states, Missouri, where it from filing to interview or filing to waiver of interview was under 8 months. So I think it just depends really where you live. And that's one of the reasons why they started issuing this 4-year extension notice. I'm telling you, Yoruba police mine. Yoruba police people, yeah. Just leave the Yoruba speaking girl alone. I feel like is it possible to get driver's license through prima facie? It's once again state specific. It depends on each state. Let's see. I need to move to Alabama because you have an immigration case, or because you want to move closer to where I am. Am I shocking? I'm just saying. Because don't be fooled by the smile. Talking about, actually that came up today. I'm not saying that's what you're be just something that came up. Someone's like, hey, I can't believe you're single. I'm like, why? What is not to believe about it? Like, is it a sin? Am I missing something? Hello, people, can somebody help me? Is it a sin to be single? But I think I really do not know how to fit in. And I think that's one of the reasons why I broke up the engagement. Because it's like, I just don't see. But anyway, let's just leave that alone. You said alarm for August 21st. Yeah. Is divorce okay from Nigeria, America? Good question. Please, I would say is this. If you got married, if you're contemplating getting a divorce sent to you from Nigeria, I'm not saying everybody's divorce is fake. It's just that there's too much issue. There's too many issues. There's too much problem with what's going on. It just seems like as soon as you submit anything and it's Nigerian divorce decree, it's like ring ring, alarm bells go, and it's like come on. I just had to respond to an RF, I think on Friday, about that issue, and we just got an appeal. We wanted an appeal about that issue because Vargas was denied based on Nigerian divorce decree, and the or agreed was like, no, this suffices, but that was just God. But my point is, if you're able to get your divorce here in the United States, in the state you live in, please do so. Don't go back and get somebody to help you, especially when you're not physically present there. Just do it here. And especially if you haven't gotten divorced yet, please do it here. If you've gotten divorced but you haven't started your process yet, please take the extra step to get a new divorce in the United States. Remarry your spouse if you need to, so at least you're not going to deal with that issue when you start your case. That's just my own 2 cents, okay? Thank you, Epic Movement. Just exactly what that's it. Epic Movement just answered that question. So if you're on Instagram, just scroll through it and you would see. Can my visitor's visa be changed to, if you want to change the status? Generally, as long as you're valid non-immigrant status, B2 status, and you haven't been out of status, and you are eligible to change status to what you need to, then I don't see any reason to generate information, like I said. So ever since I put my my status online has not changed, but I received my work permit. What is your question? Okay. All right, people. That's about all I can take tonight. Okay, received your green card on hand a month ago based on val, but I'm not officially divorced. Okay, obviously you want to start with that, but now the question is, can I remarry? I think I just answered the question. Miss Murthy, yeah, that's the... My prima facie is 10 days away from expiration. What should I expect from now? Is there anything personal I can do? By the way, thanks for what you do for us. You're welcome. So if I have if I usually wait 30 days. If I have a client's PFD, that's prima facie determination, that's coming up on expiration, I usually would send an email to the Vermont Service Center and say, hey, and you people, but like, okay, y'all, this is going on. And sometimes I don't remember because I have hundreds of clients. So I always tell my client, hey, listen, if your prima facie determination is going to expire within 30 days or 60 days, please shoot me an email so at least I know to include it on my alert list and we know where. But for the most part, before we even get to the expiration itself, they will automatically send you an extension. So I would say, hopefully, if your address is not changed, Royal, then you should be getting an extension in the mail. If you have an attorney, then ask your attorney to contact Vermont Service Center through email and inquire about your prima facie determination. Okay. All right, people. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate that. Let's see if we can put in okay, let's see. Y'all, if I accept your video invitation, y'all don't leave now and elope. Right? Okay. I need to go eat because my stomach is hungry. All right. So that's no. Oh, okay. Hello? 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 See, y'all. Okay. Hello? You are signed in. Okay. Anyway. Hello? All right, people, thank you for joining as always. And once again, if we can help you with your immigration case, contact our office 334-341-4475. Visit our website, olalayalawfirm.com. And I'll see you guys. Yeah, it's like, okay, you send a video request and then you're on. It's like, oh, okay. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Well, before I go, as always, we'll always end and say that it's going to work out. Like, let me use Miss Christine's case. My sweet Miss Christine had been waiting for a green card for over 2 decades. She's been in this country for over 2 decades, right? You've got to understand, do you put yourself in her shoes? Like, imagine, I'm going to be 26 years ago to the marriage people. But when you hold steadfastly to the throne of grace and you submit yourself at the feet of Jesus and know that, the Bible says, he makes all things beautiful in his time. To everything there is a season. The one thing I've learned about in life is I don't use somebody else's timeline to live my life, because I know that if I do, then that's the recipe for disaster. I cannot succeed using somebody else's timeline. I've got to use what God has created for me. And I say all that to say this: everyone's journey is different. We may all have the same destination, but our journey, the way we're going to get and our paths to get there are going to be completely different. As long as we understand that God is in charge of, ordaining and orchestrating our steps and ordering our steps, and know, congratulations, and know that it is just him. that is able to do exceedingly abundantly more and more what we can ever ask or think. It may not look like we have a solution. We may not even see a path, but understand something, that I have not seen God fail. There's no record of failure with him. So we'll all get to our final destination. It may take some of us much longer than others. Some people don't even know how your story is. Some people would never experience what your story is. But trust me when I tell you, I've been in a situation where I was like, you know what? Because they later you and I joke about 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒂𝒏𝒕. Let's come back. Look at green card. But so I'm coming from a place of personal experience and looking back, and I can say, but God. And because I know the day will come where I'll tell you my full story, y'all. But because when I think about it and I like, but God. And I've seen it happen in my life, and I've seen it happen consistently and constantly in the lives of clients and the lives of friends. Why would he not do it for you? So let's just keep hoping and believing and praying and knowing and trusting that none of us are going to be forgotten.